In this video on Kenshi, I will be recreating John Wick, but this time he has no testosterone, no guns, and like yourself, no capable human reasoning. Starting the new save for this video, I realised there's a setting of man and dog, which is brilliant, because I'm going to need one of each. And from here, I started crafting the best John Wick I've ever laid my eyes on. He will be known as John Shit, and the bone dog is going to be called Bone Dog. Perfect. Just a bit of quick insight into Kenshi. I've only played for around 60 hours, so you might catch me doing some little inefficient movements. But I can only apologise. You can also comment calling me stupid or express your dissatisfaction with me. Also, I am playing with some mods as well, so if a couple of things look unfamiliar, that's probably why. But anyway, let's continue back to this hellscape. Characters customised, perfect. Spawn, not so perfect. So it turns out this spawn had less items than you had chances of getting the Oasis tickets. Taking the very little of what I can from this area, I quickly realised I have no clue what direction I need to go into. But what I do know is I need to find somewhere safe, maybe a town or an outpost, but I say safe lightly because in Kenshi the odds of you being killed are never 0%. So I pick a random direction and believe in the power of fucking please something be here. We had the boys moving. So after 2 in-game minutes, so 5 real life seconds, we were attacked and killed. No joke, I immediately had to load and go back to an old save. This is just to further reinforce the fact that Kenshi is a game you cannot play. So now with the premonition of John and his dog being absolutely obliterated by the poor and hungry, wait, I meant they're literal cannibals, we slightly changed course. We decided to stick with this group as they didn't seem hostile, and hopefully they would lead us to a town or outpost. After realising they're going nowhere, I decided to split on the outskirts of what looks to be doom. But before heading into the plain of sands, John noticed someone. It was another respectable, solo surviving man. The only real choice we had was to attack the man by convincing the dog it was an unaccompanied toddler. After being lucky enough to come across some fine goods, we decided to now enter the desert. Undergoing this journey is not going to be easy, and I'm already quite nervous as I can't see any settlements, and I was noticing these creatures which had one too many reasons to not fuck around with it. Oh, and I can't forget the socially housed as well, but pressing on, the risk was worth it. We did finally spot our soon-to-be safe space. Safe place for what exactly? Well, if you haven't witnessed enough, Kenshi is brutal and we're going to have to prepare for this harsh world. So we're going to be here, just make some quick money, buying armor, food, even weapons, but getting companions isn't an option due to them wanting to be, quote, paid. Well, I don't know what the fuck that means. As we're talking on terms of John Shit, he doesn't do companions, he doesn't do no duo queuing. So whilst John and the Bone Dog were settling into town, I was thinking of ways for John to get some money. Now, this town has slavery, which in our case is brilliant, as any unconscious man we find, I can sell them. As much as it was improving John's stats, it wasn't really making much money for us. So we decided to go back to basic mining trips. It was taking a lot of time, but it was making us that much needed moolah. During these trips though, I did come to an amazing realization. So those same insects I've been avoiding have been dying around town. Turns out the guards hate them, not as much as they hate a man trying to achieve freedom, but they weren't harvesting the insects after killing them, so I was just taking their teeth and the meat out of them and then selling them, making us good money as each of these teeth were worth nearly 100 credits, as well as saving us money on buying food as we just had to cook the meat. After making us fat bank, we bought ourselves some items to fare better in the desert and we started to prepare to leave. We trained, we fought the weak, and we got further and further away from our base, making great progress in getting ready. Before we make this long journey away, I decided why would I struggle to feed one dog when I can simply starve two? So we bought this young bone dog and we called it Flesh Canine because I'm not funny. We decided that we were finally ready to leave to embrace the elements. After leaving the base, the first thing John decided to do was to chase the poor. Whilst John was chasing this man to respectfully ask him to fight for his life, that's when I had realised John had flown too close to the sun. Our new dog, Flesh Canine, was getting his shit pushed in by a group of men. In panic, I deployed our fighting force straight into the battle. As our new dog was too deep in, John and Bone Dog did what they could. Bone Dog got his shit rocked and John was left fighting. And by God did John fight. He stood alone against this group and he was looking good, defending himself from angles he couldn't even see, but it wasn't enough. It was never gonna be enough. Leaving him unconscious, that's when it happened. They decided to scrounge the dogs, they ate them, they fucking ate the dogs. When John woke up and he saw this sight, I don't know what he did, he was pissed. I mean, we saw what he'd done over one dog, imagine 2 of them. They fucking ate them. They ate the dogs. Hurt both physically and emotionally, John staggered back to base. Every staggered step he made, he cursed the enemies for what they had done. My dogs, you've hated for fucking mug, what the fucking bollocks. Broken and absolutely livid, John waited and recovered. In between training and getting himself prepared to go out and hunt. Hunt who? Well, John believes this is down to economy. Those men didn't have food to eat, so they found some. This is the poor's fault. The socially housed. Feeling ready, we departed, ready for whatever the world was going to throw at us. We was immediately lost. I was way too stubborn to go to a map.
There are no rules, man. We're lost.
So we just roamed around everywhere. To break down these trips, about 70% of it, I was running away from something or someone. Did find some random stuff. John found this house of 3 scavengers, which we decided to limit test, and surprisingly, we actually came out on top, developing John's abilities even further. But this was just the start. Right now, John is still weak, feeble, a bitch. During our wanders, we came across this gaff. I forgot that. Float ninjas? Float ninjas. So, Flotsam? I'm just going to call them float ninjas, you know. But after the easiest negotiation of, are you religious? No, welcome to the team. This is all in a bigger picture. See, these bastards are here to take down the Holy Nation. Now, the Holy Nation make a lot of people poor, therefore increasing the population of the people that John wants dead. So if we destroy the Holy Nation, we'll decrease the number of overall poor people, is how my brain's mathing this. So after we signed up John for a war he can't win, we managed to walk around town and check a couple of the shops. We managed to secure ourselves a backpack so we can take more loot from the people I knocked the shit out of. Supplied and getting ready for our new chapter, John was stationed at this outpost where we'd be dealing with a lot of cannibals. Honestly, it was a constant battle because we did almost get overrun. It was very close. But this is a perfect environment for John if he wants to learn the skills he needs to kill almost everyone. During these last fights, I managed to acquire this weapon. As it's 31 kg, it's going to help us with that strength stat quite a fucking bit. Don't get me wrong, I stole it mid-fight during a raid and I did die. We all nearly died, but worth it. Damage from the raid, I kicked someone out of bed so I can try and rest, and they proceeded to get their own back by playing some Travis Scott shit to me. They're mistaken that he wants to rest. Oh, no. John's using this bed to plot for how he's going to dominate. In the next video. Sorry, debated. Love you all. Goodbye.